Dude, hey, focus, okay? You knew this is what it was gonna take. You knew this was gonna be an every single day type of thing. You knew that you were gonna have to fight through your feelings. You knew you were gonna have to fight through naysayers. You knew you were gonna have to fight through this stuff. You gotta keep going. You've already put in a lot of effort, a lot of work towards this goal, towards this dream. Don't give up now. Just because you haven't seen the type of progress that you were hoping to see, the type of results you were wanting. You haven't seen the number, the monetary, the follower count, whatever type of growth you were hoping to see by now. You haven't seen it, but it's okay. You're never going to see it as fast as you want, as fast as you hope you're going to see it. We all like to dream big. We all like to set our hopes really high, but just because we don't achieve initially what we were hoping to, we have to keep going. We have to understand that through shortcomings, through failures, whatever you would like to call it, whatever you frame it as, I like to frame them as lessons, as learning experiences. This is where we find out different things about ourselves. This is where we discover truths about our own selves that we didn't know were there, that we had never uncovered before, that nobody else had ever pointed at before. Other people have maybe seen these things in us, but for whatever reason, they either didn't say anything, it might have been a stranger that noticed it in you. And, they didn't want to, they thought it would be weird to approach you and say, hey, I see these certain traits in you. I see this. I think you have something in there. Because the fact of the matter is we all have something in here, but we have to do the work of uncovering it and of breaking through, societal restrictions, breaking through the status quo, the norm, stepping outside of the box, stepping outside of our comfort zone to truly actually uncover it. That's the reason why we often idolize or glorify people who have done this. And the people I'm talking about who have done this are the people at the top, right? The best of the best professional athletes, the best of the best musical artists, the best of the best songwriters, the best of the best actors, the best of the best comedians, etc. You know what I mean? The best of the best content creators. The reason they've soared to these heights, they've truly done this work. They've truly stepped very, very far outside their comfort zone. But they have truly, truly embraced who they are at their core. That's the reason why they're so polarizing. That's the reason why millions and millions and millions of people are so attracted to their story and what they're doing on a daily basis. Because they have fully grasped who they are at their core. They've fully dug deeply into their heart. They've fully dug into their brain, into their subconscious, into their egos. And they truly know what drives them and the reasons that they are the way they are. And not only that, but they've walked the lonely path. They've put in incredible amounts of effort to reach these heights. They're no different than us. The difference is they realize that through persistence, through dedication, through consistency, through hard work, through grinding, through sacrificing, through saying goodbye to people that have been in your life for long periods of time. These crazy goals and dreams that we all have, don't lie, they're in there somewhere. You just don't want to admit it. They're too scary. You're going to be too much work to chase after them, but they're in there. I know they are. You know they are too. We all have them, and we can all truly achieve them, but we just have to understand it's not going to happen in 2 weeks or even 2 months, probably not even 2 years, depending on the size of your goals and dreams. It's going to take 10, 15, 20 years to fully reach and achieve them. We drastically underestimate how long it's going to take to become that type of person. We have to first become the kind of person who is going to be capable of not only achieving those goals and dreams, but also maintaining those goals and dreams too. People will lose 10, 20, maybe even 30, 40, 50 pounds for a wedding or a birthday or, some sort of event. But then that event comes and goes and they fall off their healthy eating, they fall off of their exercise routine, they gain it all back, maybe even more. The same thing goes for our goals and dreams. We don't want to do all this work to finally reach out, grasp them, have them in our hands for a short time period and then just squander them away because we get lazy and we forget about the hard work and dedication and consistency that got us there, and we just throw it all away. One of the biggest tragedies in life, growing complacent and forgetting the processes that we put in place that got us to the level that we are at the moment. Sooner or later, we all reach a level where, that was where we were aiming for in the first place. And most of the time people get comfy and they stop pushing their boundaries. They stop seeking improvement. They stop seeking growth. They stop seeking knowledge. And that's where we plateau. That's where we stagnate. That's where we become a little bit bored and frustrated and we can grow a little bit bitter and even miserable. And all of a sudden we're suffering. And the reason is because, you know, we don't have any drive. We don't have any purpose anymore. We need to stay purposeful. So you may be thinking to yourself right now, well, yeah, I know I made all these promises. I knew it was going to be an everyday grind. I knew there were going to be, you know, different obstacles, different types of adversity to face, but I'm tired. I have just no motivation left. I feel like what I am producing right now is not worthwhile. It's half-assed. It's not getting my full effort because I just am tired and I'm kind of growing sick of this. Think back to the initial conception of this idea, of this plan. The first moment that you took action, the reasoning behind it, and how you felt in that moment, how happy you were, how at peace you were, how confident you were. And you knew, like, yep, this is going to be hard. I know there's trials upcoming. Brother, you are now in the trial period. You are now experiencing said hardship, said adversity. You're going through those things now. You're starting to go through it. And guess what? If you've been at this for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, if you're still within your first year, that first little bit of adversity can be really tough because you've never felt, you feel like you've gone through adversity. You feel like you've had hardships before, but this is by far the most battle you've ever seen, you've ever faced, you've ever had to endure. I'm a Christian man. If you're religious, you're experiencing by far the most spiritual warfare you ever have in your life. You've probably never even really experienced spiritual warfare up to this point, but now you're really truly trying to walk in these ways and you're trying to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ because you believe in the sacrifice he made for us. And you're trying to do these things. So now when you actually sin or are tempted to sin, you truly feel that and it weighs heavy on you. And it's a legitimate battle to fight that temptation because the old you wouldn't have thought anything of it. But now when those temptations pop up, it's actually an inner struggle. It's a battle. It's a tug of war. It's a back and forth. That's a good thing. It's a very difficult feeling to fight, but understand that in that moment, whether you win or lose that struggle, obviously, you know, you want to win those battles, as many as you possibly can, but whether or not you win or lose, even if you recognize that you're fighting that battle, you're already doing better for yourself. You're already doing so much better because you realize, you understand certain actions are just objectively not good for you. They're not good for your spirit. They're not good for your vibration. They're not good for you as a human being. It's not good for your soul. And so you're trying to fight against those things, but the issue is they're just so dang good in the moment. They're just so dang, it feels so good right there. You know, hitting that McDonald's drive-thru after work, after a long week, you know, you feel like you put in really good work all week long and you hit the gym and everything. So sliding through that drive-thru on the way home Friday night so you can go home and just relax and be lazy. Woohoo, you made it through the week, right? But no, fight that urge. Go home. Cook for yourself, eat that really good, nutritious meal, feel even better. Don't get that nasty gut rot feeling. Wake up early on Saturday because you feel good, because you don't have those toxins in your body, and get shit done. The name of the game is discipline. The name of the game is consistency. The name of the game is staying focused. No matter what your feelings are, no matter what you're feeling, no matter if you're feeling demotivated, no matter if you feel like you could run 2 freaking marathons back to back, you don't even understand how easily you let yourself be distracted. Like you think, oh, oopsies, haha. Jim sent me a TikTok that I was going to check out real quick and I just ended up scrolling for 45 minutes. Hee hee. I was supposed to be studying. Hee hee. Or I was supposed to be getting ready for work. Hee hee. Like, that's not a laughable offense. You're wasting your life. Yeah, 30, 45 minutes here and there doesn't seem like a big deal, but think about that. If you waste 30 to 45 minutes twice a day, every day of the week, hold on, hour and a half a day, 7 days a week. So that's like 9.5 hours. Just call it 10 hours a week you're wasting. So you're wasting 40 hours a week, or a month, 40 hours a month. So you're wasting just shy of 500 hours a year if you on average waste 45 minutes twice a day. And you probably waste way more than 45 minutes, way more than twice a day. Hate to break it to you, hate to be the one to let you know, but somebody had to let me know too. And it didn't feel great at first. I really didn't like swallowing that pill, but once it was down and once it had dissolved and started taking effect and kind of changing my mindset, changing my way of thinking, changing my belief systems, I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of glad. I'm really glad actually that they told me that, and that you actually can live any type of life you want to live. You can actually do literally anything you want for a job, for a career, if you want. You just need to be willing to actually focus and be disciplined and legitimately put effort into your life. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And like, we only get one life. If you're watching this right now and you're like 20, 25 years old, okay, if you're really lucky, you're like a quarter to a fifth of the way through your life. But life expectancy in the US for males, it's like 72, 73. I believe for females, it's like 75, 6, 7, something like that. But guess what? That number is going to be dropping because we're fat. We're unhealthy. We're lazy. We are dying earlier and earlier and developing chronic diseases that we've never even really seen before. Certainly not in people of this young an age. And like, we still are trying to, the tides are starting to turn a bit, but like, majority of people are still trying to like huff and haw and pass blame and say that it's not that big of a deal. Please stop thinking that you don't have to take your health seriously. You don't have to take physical activity seriously. You don't have to take your career seriously. You don't have to take these things seriously. You need to take shit seriously. And it goes back to the video I posted today, which this one will probably be 2-3 days after, but it goes back to discipline equals freedom, right? Like the more you can dial in everything in your life, the more you can just have set routines. It's as simple as knowing what you're going to eat at what time of the day, every single day. Like there's nothing wrong with eating the same things every single day, as long as they are healthy, as long as you know that they sit well with you, you digest them well, because everybody's different. You know, everybody has different things. Like some people just have very sensitive stomachs and need to avoid certain things. Some people have gluten insensitivity. Some people are celiac. Some people have dairy insensitivity, lactose intolerance. People have religious restrictions as well. So you have to find what works for you. But as long as you're eating a good, healthy diet where your macros are in place, you're protein heavy, and you're eating healthy fats and consuming healthy carbohydrates that are actually going to fuel you, give you good energy, allow you to not feel sluggish and all full of brain fog, dude. Like it's just lock your diet in, know what you're going to eat every single day. Yes, be boring, but hey, guess what? You can make shit taste good. You can season your food in different ways to give it a different flavor. Like it's not rocket science. It's just a little bit of effort. You're going to notice that you're spending time on it for like a month or two, but then you're going to get better at it and better and better and better. And you're going to feel the benefits from eating a healthier diet. And you're going to be like, well, this is actually really worth the time. And you're going to find things along the way that speed up your processes, and you're just going to do them more. So you're going to get more efficient. You just got to start though. You just got to start. We're also concerned about the end goal and what we're going to look like at the end. And, oh, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like that guy. It's like, yeah, that's cool. But like, it's going to take 5-10 years of consistent hard work, dedication, discipline, doing the same shit over and over and over again. Okay. I try to sugarcoat it. Other creators try and sugarcoat it sometimes, but like that's just as plain and simple as it can get. And that's literally what it takes. Do the same shit over and over and over again for years and years and years and years. Get amazing at it. Don't worry about seeing numbers go up in one way or the other. Follower count, money, blah, fuck that bullshit. Just focus on you getting better, you being more efficient, you feeling better, you having different beliefs, you surrounding yourself with different people, you having restrictions on what does and does not go into your body, because you understand that certain things are just not conducive to living a good, healthy, strong, happy, fulfilling life. Take action, brothers. Please take action.